Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate jargon nobody else will. Today we are diving into NKGen Biotech's latest filing. And let me tell you, this one has a switcheroo in leadership that is pretty interesting. Before we jump in, if you like getting straight answers and learning what these filings really mean, then make sure you're subscribed. And hey, for more insights and to chat with us directly, join our Discord community. The link is in the description. So what we have here is a Form 8K. Think of this as a company's way of quickly telling the public about major events that aren't part of their regular financial reports. It is like a breaking news alert for investors. The company we're looking at is NKGen Biotech Incorporated. They are a biotechnology company, and these filings often tell us about their research, their partnerships, and any big changes happening behind the scenes. Now, let's look at what is registered with the stock exchange. They have common stock and the par value is super low, just 1/10,000th of a dollar per share. This is pretty standard for biotech companies. They also have warrants. These are like options to buy their stock in the future at a set price. For NKGen Biotech, these warrants let you buy a share of their common stock for $11.5. If the stock price goes up above that, these warrants can become quite valuable. These types of securities are registered under a specific section of the law, which basically means they are overseen and regulated by the authorities. Here is something important. The filing indicates that NKGen Biotech is an emerging growth company. This is a designation given to younger companies that can take advantage of certain regulatory flexibilities, like having more time to comply with new accounting rules. It is a signal that they are still in a growth phase. Now, the really juicy part. This filing is specifically about a material definitive agreement. That is a fancy way of saying they've entered into a significant contract. What happened is that NKGen Biotech Incorporated entered into a consulting agreement with Yongman Kim. This agreement is pretty straightforward. Dr. Kim, who was their chief scientific officer as an employee, is now moving to a consulting role. He is becoming an independent contractor. Why the change? Well, Dr. Kim has also taken on a new major role as president of NK Max, so to allow him to do both and still leverage his immense knowledge in science, he is shifting to this consulting position. The company is clearly happy to keep him involved because his expertise is vital for their research and creating new scientific strategies. It shows they value his brainpower immensely. The agreement itself doesn't have a set end date. This means either Dr. Kim or NKGen Biotech Incorporated can end the consulting arrangement whenever they decide. It is a flexible setup for both sides. This agreement is filed as an exhibit, meaning you can go and read the full document if you want all the legal nitty-gritty. It is Exhibit 10.1. And of course, you have the cover page interactive data file. This is for regulators, making it easier for them to process and analyze the information using special software. Finally, the report is signed off by Paul Wysong, the Chief Executive Officer. This confirms the company officially submits this information. It is dated the 29th of September, a few days after the agreement was made. Now, looking at this filing, what is the big picture? NKGen Biotech Incorporated is clearly navigating a period of change, especially with key leadership. Dr. Kim's transition from employee to consultant, while taking on another high-profile role, indicates a strategic move to retain essential talent. The fact that the company is an emerging growth company also suggests they are seeking agility and may be in a growth or transitional phase, which often involves these kinds of structural adjustments from an investor's perspective. This is a financial report, so we don't have numbers showing revenue or profit here. But it does tell us about the company's stability and how it manages its most valuable asset, its people, especially its scientific leaders. The indefinite nature of the consulting agreement with Dr. Kim suggests a commitment from both sides, but the at-will termination clause means investors should keep an eye on any future changes to this arrangement. The company seems to be prioritizing retaining its scientific expertise, which is critical for a biotech firm. However, the reliance on a single individual, even as a consultant, could be seen as a potential risk if not managed carefully. Overall, NKGen Biotech Incorporated is making moves to ensure its scientific leadership remains strong while adapting to new opportunities for its key personnel. It's a sign of thoughtful management, but also something to monitor as the company continues to develop. Alright, that is our breakdown of NKGen Biotech Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these leadership changes and what they could mean for the company? Future, drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.